Hey everyone, and welcome. One of the most common problems players have is balancing ganking and farming. This has become especially true after repeated nerfs and changes to the jungle. After patch 9.9, where the scuttle's initial spawn was moved to 3 minutes and 15 seconds from 2 minutes, junglers have really started to feel like they're struggling. Korean challenger and professional players have come up with a unique strategy that lets you hit upwards of 3 ganks in the early game while hitting level 6 around the same time as the solo laners. This is exceptionally impressive given the current state of the jungle, so how do they do this? Before we teach you exactly how to execute this strategy yourself, you need to understand some basic and more advanced concepts of how jungle camps fundamentally work. For example, do you know what determines the level of a camp? A camp's level is created when it respawns, and is determined by the average level of everyone in the game. For example, at the start of the game, every camp is level 1. After you kill them and they respawn 2 minutes and 30 seconds later, they're given a new level, which is the average level of everyone in the game. This process will repeat itself. The reason why this is important to know is that the amount of experience a camp gives you will increase the higher in level that they are. This means if you don't kill a camp and cause it to respawn, it will never level up, causing it to give less experience once you finally kill it. Not all camps are created equal, and part of mastering the jungle is understanding their strengths and weaknesses. This is why we've created a table of how much experience and gold each camp gives. If you look at the top, you'll immediately notice how it's separated into levels 1, 3, 5, and 7. There's a specific reason for this. In patch 9.2, Riot changed jungle camps to only increase in experience at these level breakpoints. If we take a look at the experience, at level 1 we can see Krugs are by far the most valuable, with this trend continuing through each level. In fact, Krugs give over 80% more experience than any other camp. On top of that, they give the most gold. We see a similar theme when we look at the Raptors. They give 5 more experience than the other camps and the second most gold. Compare this to the Gromp camp, which is by far the worst, that gives a measly 86 gold and 165 experience. The fact that your red side jungle is so much more valuable than your blue side jungle forms the basis of this Korean strategy. What we'll aim to do is clear our Raptors and Krugs on respawn, attacking the nearby side lane with ganks afterwards, securing us lane priority to then attack the enemy's blue side jungle. To learn how to execute this strategy yourself to climb in ranks, we'll be using the help of a replay from Sandbox On Fleek. Not only is On Fleek a Korean professional jungler, but he also performs quite well in solo queue, with 2 separate accounts currently ranked in the top 40 of the Korean ladder. He starts the game at his red buff. He notices that the enemy bot lane came from the enemy's red buff on the minimap, indicating that Lee Sin started at his own red. He then takes his Raptors next, into then killing his Krugs. He's focusing on the most valuable camps, getting them to respawn at a higher level as fast as possible. Additionally, the Krug camp has a unique interaction. The first time you kill the ancient Krug, it gives 30% less experience. However, once you kill it, all subsequent spawns won't have this debuff. This is another benefit of killing the Krug so early. After killing the Krugs, he sees Lee Sin appear bot lane. As always, the first time we see a jungler, we want to hit tab and check their CS, and move your camera to see what buffs they have. In this case, Lee Sin has 12 CS and a red buff. We know each camp is worth 4 CS. Can you tell me what camps he's taken? He's done the exact same route as Talia, his red, Raptors into Krugs. Like I said, this new strategy is spreading like wildfire in Korea. With Lee Sin on the bot side of the map, it opens up Talia to invade Lee Sin's blue buff. She executes a gank along the way, getting Sylas's flash. Whenever you get someone's flash, you want to time it in chat as a jungler. Since flash is on a 5-minute cooldown, Sylas's flash won't be back up until the 8-minute and 9-second mark. After this, Talia moves to steal the enemy's blue, but notices Sylas is very overextended and moves to punish his lack of flash, giving her a free kill. On Fleek then takes the blue into the nearby scuttle and begins to recall to purchase items. Now, one timing all junglers should know is that the small camps respawn every 2 minutes and 30 seconds. If we go back, we can see Talia killed her Raptors at 2 minutes and 17 seconds, meaning they'll respawn at 4 minutes and 47 seconds. If we then jump back to our current position where Talia is recalling, if we take a look at the timer, we can see it's 4 minutes and 24 seconds. The Raptors will be spawning in 23 seconds. This is why On Fleek knows to recall. He's timing it off his camp's respawn. He then moves to his raptors, getting there just as they spawn. Remember, these are now level 4, giving them that additional boost in experience. After he kills them, he moves to his Krugs next. Remember, by killing them earlier, they no longer have that 30% XP debuff on the Ancient Krug, and they're level 4, giving even more experience. Once he kills the Krugs, look at the in-game timer. It's 5 minutes and 33 seconds. We know Sylas's flash won't be back up until 8 minutes and 9 seconds, and we're in position to gank top lane. On Fleek waits for Sylas to walk back to lane, and picks up another easy kill on him. This is actually a cornerstone of this strategy. By focusing on farming one side of our jungle, it naturally makes it efficient to land repeat ganks on the nearby lane. Setting an enemy behind and getting their flash just makes it easier and more likely that the next gank will work. We taught this concept in more detail in our guide called Crush Laners with the Repeat Gank. We release a ton of jungle guides just like this one, which are exclusive to our website, skillcapped.com. Please consider subscribing to unlock cutting-edge strategies and to keep up with the meta. With Sylas dead, OnFleek could choose to invade the enemy's blue side jungle, positioning himself to dive Sylas as Tahm Kench crashes the wave, or looking to hide in the nearby brush and land a gank between Sylas's tower, both effective ways to completely shut him down. However, if we take a look at the minimap, we can see our bot side is being tower dove. For this reason, OnFleek decides to recall and head towards bot. He then hovers for a moment, waiting to see if the enemy is going to go aggressive on this wave, which they don't, and so he backs off. If we jump back again, OnFleek killed his raptors a second time at 5 minutes and 3 seconds, meaning that they will respawn in 2 minutes and 30 seconds at 7:33. The current time is 6:53, so they will respawn in 40 seconds. OnFleek knows he needs to transition to the top side of the map to prepare for that. So he takes his wolves into the topside scuttle, which he's able to take due to his top laner having lane priority from his earlier ganks. A small skirmish then breaks out mid, and he retreats to his raptors as they spawn, hitting level 6 off them, making him the same level as the top laners and a level above the bot laners. He then takes his red into his Krugs, following this up with another gank on top lane, giving him lane priority to invade and steal Lee Sin's blue. Alright, we went over a lot, so let's look at how we can put this all together to execute it yourself. Let's look at your starting route. You want to start clearing your red, raptors, and Krugs. These are the most valuable camps, and we want to get them to respawn as fast as possible to continue farming them. We can do a couple different variations of this. One is to do red, Krugs, raptors, farming towards the other side of the map. This would be valuable if you want to land a gank on the other side lane early on. 2 is to do red, raptors, Krugs. From this, we have 2 choices. We can gank top like in the replay and enter into vertical jungling by invading the enemy's blue if you spot the enemy jungler bot side. Or you can simply recall, purchase items, and head to your blue and continue as normal. Naturally, AoE junglers that start Talisman are going to favor these starts, since it's easier for them to clear the raptors and Krugs. However, even a more aggressive jungler that starts Hunter's Machete, such as Pantheon, can do a variation of this, where you do red, Krugs, into ganking top, into invading the enemy's blue. Sure, you don't get that initial respawn of the raptors, but it's a nice compromise to farm efficiently while still applying pressure. With our Krugs and raptors now dead, we want to time our recall and get back to them by the 4 minute and 40 second mark, clearing them both on respawn. This opens us up to land ganks on the nearby side lane if we got an advantage there earlier in our route, or just transition towards the bot side of the map if needed. We have a ton of time available at this moment, and we can use it however we want. Our next timing is the 7 minute and 30 second mark. We then want to recall and get back to our Krugs and raptors by then, as that's when they'll respawn next. It's also when our red will spawn. This will secure us level 6 with red buff, and we once again have a timing window to look for ganks and apply pressure. Even though in the replay we watched, we saw this strategy being used to focus top lane on the red team, it's perfectly fine to use it on the blue team to focus bot lane, since your raptors and Krugs will be on that side of the map. Alright, what do you think of this Korean strategy? Let us know in the comments section below, as well as any questions you might have. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to keep up to date with the meta and learn more. In the meantime, check out some of our other guides, which I know you'll love. As always, good luck and have fun on Summoner's Rift.